Yes, here we are. We have a new show. I still haven't logged out of RuneScape. This is great. Hello, welcome to the Baker's Dozen. We did not prep an intro at all. We have nothing. In fact, this is all...
He counted down from 3, and I thought we were doing our clap again.
We did the initial sync clap, and now we're just gonna fucking roll with it, I guess. But hello, this is a new start, a new show. You might know me from a previous podcast that never gained enough traction that I wanted it to. And you might know my pal here for being a much better version of me. So this is where we're trying to go. Find a new voice for the two of us to just have fun. And I don't know. Did you want to intro with anything? Because like I said, we did not rehearse anything for that.
No. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. I like to talk, and I have a lot of things that I just kind of like to ramble on about.
Same.
And instead of just like being in a Discord and rambling at like the same 3 people that are like, dude, I'm just trying to do my own thing. It's like, hey, there's like a whole platform built for this kind of thing.
There's so much just anything for anyone about anything. You can spend like hours of your day talking on the internet about literally just colors nowadays, and there's probably thousands of people ready to listen to a podcast about that or listen to a show where you're talking about that at least. And, you know, why not make one that... And that's another point here that I feel we might as well get out of the way immediately. So this is not all Smash-based content. I know both of us primarily kind of come from the Smash scene, I guess. Heavily Melee-based, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say that's where we're both sort of known from. That's where people would maybe recognize our names.
Right. And within this new type of show, and because this was another part of it that I always wanted from the bakery, which was I made the show primarily to... you know, talk with Smash players because I figured like everyone's got a story to tell. But for some reason, I kind of like simplified that to Smash players have a story to tell. But it's like there's so much more than that. And the more that you're involved in a scene, the more that you're just involved in shit in the first place. It's like you're going to find that there's just more people that you meet. There's more people you want to talk to. And I think that's why I even started branching out to like TOs and just like community members in general. And I mean, meeting you, which is going to be a story in itself, it's like you're another person that's like, after getting to meet and all that, why save stories? And I know you used to meme on me for this. It's like, why save stories for when it's like, when are you going to have me on the podcast? Like,
I know, I was going to be like the fabled guest, but I didn't like top 64 major or do anything, you know.
I mean, you did top 60. You did well. You did well in things. You did very well.
Well in things.
You did do well in things. And so instead of all of that, it's more based now. Let's have fun, do our own thing, and I mean, we'll see where this goes. I mean, shit, if you guys like it, make sure let us know. I don't know entirely. I know we're gonna upload this to YouTube for the time being. Everything else, you know, it's a work in progress. Uploading to certain media streaming sites
all
and
the
stuff.
Platforms.
It is a money cost, and that's something you and I would have to talk about. It's like, are you ready to do that yet? But we'll figure it out as we go. For now, let us know what you guys are interested in. I figure best way to kind of start us into a podcast is talking about who we are. I already had a show that I did this for long enough. I can, but I would almost I feel more inclined to have you start us here. You know, talk about who is DrewNG. Let's learn a little bit.
All right. So this is my big moment. All right.
You're on the show.
I'm on the show. Yeah, I'll probably have a couple of these, huh? So
you can use this one. Save it in the demo reel.
Yeah, right. All right. So my tag is DrewNG. Go by Drew in the sort of gaming spaces. I sort of came about through the Super Smash Brothers Melee scene. That's where most of my sort of gaming, I guess, content career would be. I lived in Western New York, and that's where I met YungD0nut, and we'll talk all about that. But I was out there. I lived in Connecticut and was making waves sort of in that scene. I got involved in commentary a little bit. So I've been all around like tri-state New England area doing things like that, but that's kind of what I do in the scene. I've dabbled in other things. I mean, everyone plays other games every once in a while. I got into speedrunning for a little bit. I speedran a category in Cuphead. Not for that long of a time, but it was a great experience and something that I'm sure we'll get into at some point. But that kind of is just a wrap up of me, and I'm sure in some other episodes we'll get more into Melee, and I'm sure some of the Melee stories and origins and things will pop up.
Oh, 100%. I would still say though, just as still getting to get to learn more about you, because I personally know a good amount of different things, but I think another great start to just understanding each other, like what is it that ever got you into competitive gaming in the first place?
So actually, this is before even Fredonia. This might even be new to you. So I had friends back in my home area. My one of my best buddies, Patrick. We played Super Smash Bros. Brawl together.
This isn't the
And
Patrick
him and
I
I
know,
played.
right? This isn't
not the one that goes to school. No.
Okay, gotcha. Keep going.
No. So him and I would play Brawl. We're like best friends throughout all school, and that's what I kind of got into. And then my younger brother's friend group were playing Melee, and that's where I started seeing Melee and learning about that. But I went to a Brawl tournament my freshman year at college.
It's
because they
everyone
were hosting
starts with Brawl. The more I keep
well,
talking.
I mean, everyone had this moment that they were like, I'm so good at Smash. Like, I'll show up to this Smash tournament and go. And I actually won that Brawl tournament. And second, I didn't live in the dorm, so I couldn't get the prize money because they're like, oh, you didn't pay hall dues. Wow. And then second place was the RA, so he couldn't get the money either. So no one got any prize. It was actually Shamir. He was the RA for that.
Oh my God. Talk, Shamir, talk. Shout out the boy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I was at that event, and then I pull up on there, and there's all of a sudden like a corner of people playing Melee. And I was like, oh, let me go talk to these people. And then that's where I sort of found the scene out there.
Did you already know like any technical things, or by that point?
Yeah, I knew stuff from like my brother's friends. Not very much though. Like there's videos of me playing. I guess it probably would have been in high school at like a tournament series that like our friends ran back home, and I'm not wave dashing. Like I'm not really doing
Couldn't
anything.
picture that now.
I'm like I'll find the video. I lost to like a puff that just up through rested, and I didn't know what DI was.
Oh no.
It was a good time. That got put into a combo video by that dude. I got so mad when I was younger. I was like, I can't believe he's doing this, and now I'm in this video.
I'm
like,
not that
so
bad.
funny.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
I think I found the video. It was right before I went to Shine, which was like my first major. I found the video and like posted it, the set. I'll find it again. I know
That's
exactly
respect,
what to
though.
look for.
No, I mean, good on you. You own that. Yeah. I love it. That's awesome. That is.
I mean, that was probably like, oh my goodness. I forgot the years.
2007?
7 years ago?
Oh,
no,
okay.
7 years ago.
6-7 years ago. So
I graduated high school
back.
in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I didn't even know about Melee back then. That's why every time that I hear about people that like played Melee and stuff, like even in high school and stuff like that, I'm like, man, I only wish that I knew about it, because I definitely went to a school that, had the capabilities of having that type of an environment. Like there totally would have been people that would have played Smash. There totally would have been a competitive scene at my school. I just had no freaking idea. I didn't know about it, so it took me up until college to even find out any of this, and that's
this is like actually happening.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually something that I would love to be a part of. Funny enough, I think I've told you about it, because I found out about it all through Wild, and like hanging out with him, skateboarding, and then one day he's just like, I'm gonna go play Smash with these guys. You want to come play? And I was like, sure. Like what? Okay. So no, that's sick. So that's what got you introduced to, at least competitive wise. And then just like as you were growing up, at least like while you were younger, would you say like you had like a decent interest in just video games and like a bit
Yeah.
because everyone
Oh, yeah.
has their senses, right? Like there are people that play a game and they're just having fun. Like it could take them a year to 100% a video game, and you know what? They're totally cool with it. But then there's people that are, I feel like they develop into speedrunners and they're like, no, screw that. I want to get this done quick. I want to do some cool stuff. I want to find the exploits.
Yeah. No, I've played video games like all my life, and a lot of like story-based games. And sometimes there's like multiplayer. Actually, a tweet from Zane reminded me.
Ooh.
Zane tweeted out talking like throwback to the Uncharted 2 multiplayer lobbies.
I actually never play it. I never played that game, so I got nothing.
Uncharted is like my favorite series. I'm sure it's gonna come up. I just played another game of the series and finished it a couple of weeks ago. But that like Uncharted, that like multiplayer lobby was the closest thing I ever had to like playing one of the CODs or any shooters or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like the first real like multiplayer competitive experience thing that I ever like did or thought about. And then, but I was like high school and my brother and I were sharing the PS3. It's not like I was like grinding or doing things like that.
See, I always thought Uncharted was like you're like an adventurer dude and you're
it's a huge story game, but there was multiplayers. Yeah, there's a whole extra like multiplayer side of it.
See, I was such a normie. All I did was play like Call of Duty. I was such a normie. I didn't even know about that.
A lot of that was Xbox, right?
I guess so.
I didn't have Xbox.
You had PlayStation?
Yeah.
That'll do it. I didn't have PlayStation. I don't know. I wanted one because Guitar Hero was on that. Like the original Guitar Heroes. Guitar Hero 2 was mine because I wanted to beat Jordan more than anything in the world, and I could never beat it. Still to this day. But now I'm even way worse. My hands are
like I like can't do it anymore with my hands. I probably should have mentioned this when I was like introducing me. I'm a musician. I'm a music teacher. That's like the kind of thing I do. And I think Dan like was like, "Hey, you do other things, right?" But so like I'm playing like woodwind instruments. I'm doing all these things. I teach them. And I can't play Guitar Hero anymore. It hurts my wrists. It's so unnatural of a hand position for me that I always like stretch weirdly, and it's like it's not good. So like every once in a while, like I think it was at like an arcade and they had it. And I was like, let me play for fun. I'm like, man, I like can't.
Right.
I'm like, my hands are like old now.
I can't
do what I used to do.
I got
like,
the arthritis.
I'm not passing like raining blood and expert like I used to.
I can't just fucking go hamburgers no more. No, the arthritis kicks in and then I can't breathe. No, well, how many instruments do you play now? Like, how many do you actually know?
So, I mean, I'm a band teacher. I can play all the band instruments.
Every single
every single band instrument that you'd run across in a band, I play to some level.
I mean,
I'm not gonna go out and like gig on the saxophone.
No, you gig for the trombone, right?
Trombone's my main thing. Even like baritone, which is like a little tuba, I gig and do stuff on that. But everything else I can play. My goal is to like at least stay at like a competent middle schooler's level on my secondaries, which is good because I'm teaching middle school band.
Okay.
So like that's kind of like I'm seeing where some of the kids are. I'm like, all right, this is my benchmark. I want to like make it up to where some of these kids are. They're playing.
Do you have a goal outside of that? Like, do you want to end up doing something different than this eventually?
Outside of like teaching band and things like this?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, you're comfortable doing that?
Nah, this is what I want to do. I got a really good job in a really good area. There's like, I mean, this could be hey, we come back to it. There's a real chance that this position I'm in and this place is where I am for my entire career.
Oh.
Which is crazy to think about because I'm young. Yeah. I just finished grad school.
I was about to say.
Ago.
Yeah.
Like I was like, we had to like fill out like retirement things. I'm like, I could be at this school like maybe even 40 years.
That's wild.
Isn't that insane?
So like that's one of those things where it's like being someone that's now trying to work through something similar to that in a sense of trying to figure out what the hell I want to be doing and whatnot. When you've found what you want, because I knew what I wanted. I just couldn't do it because I didn't win the lottery in that way. I didn't get lucky enough. I don't think I put in enough work anyway. But nonetheless, transparency is like the streaming concept, right? Like full-time streaming. What a job that would be. That would be like the dream for me. When you find what you're looking to do, and especially at an age where, we are still a bit on the younger side of things, it's like, it's wild, but like that's also so sick. Like that's so sick to have been able to find that.
It's like hitting me because I have my own apartment, and like, I mean, I'm not living huge, but like it's a pretty nice apartment. Like I've had a lot, especially COVID. With COVID and all the like mental ups and downs through all that, I was having a lot of sort of like self-image, like not being able to really appreciate what's going on. And now I'm like, oh my goodness, like I this summer, like I bought a car, I have a new apartment, I pay all of those bills by my own, and like I'm able to do what I need to do comfortably. And it's like, oh my goodness, this is like, things are like actually happening, right? It's crazy.
Monka clap all day. That's beautiful. You deserve it. I mean, shit, you put in the hard enough work for it. You do deserve it at the end of the day. So.
I know all those missed weeklies junior and senior year.
You did so many. I was so mad about that because I wanted to have your number on that.
So I'll explain this super quickly. So we held our tournaments at our college on the weekends, on Saturdays usually.
Pause. Well, I held those tournaments.
He hosted them the last couple of years. And after there were people that were around sort of the level I was at, some of them left, some of them graduated. My last 2 years, I was pretty much just like, I was the number one dude.
You were the number 0. You were the 0. You were the Swedish delight of New Jersey. You were there. We know you're fucking good. You just didn't show up at all.
Yeah. So, because I had friends that would give recitals and performances and things, and I'm like, I'm friends with all these people, I need to go and support them at these things. And
this guy with
Dan's
friends.
like messaged me, he's like, are you gonna be here this Saturday? And I'm like, nah dude, I got this. Or like Sundays they used to be, and we had like jazz band rehearsals. I think he even moved the weekly from Sundays to Saturdays to better accommodate some of us, and we still could like never go.
Also, to be fair though, we just had like, where we went to school was just such a bad melee scene. Not to say the people were bad, but like,
it's like
there's so much going on. I was a communications major. I had things that were important that I had to kind of work around. It was full of music majors. You guys, yes, as you just said, had the recitals,
all the time we were doing stuff.
Yeah, it was not easy to get like more than 4 or 5 people.
It was like, it was like six people, especially near the beginning when we the beginning was a little different. We had a little bit more going on, but like by the time we were like juniors, it was like, hey, are we gonna like have enough to run like a 6-person bracket today? I don't know, probably not.
And even in those cases, like, if we could, we would at least do like round robin pools, because that would have been something.
And then it would be like, hey, is he coming? Is he bringing his 2 friends? Am I coming? Are these people coming along? Like it was like Bub and the twins,
me, and that was even rare because sometimes the twins wouldn't
and then it was
come.
like
Bub was a diehard though. Bub was good about it.
Yeah, me and Josh and Pat were like the other group that would like come to things.
Rarely Mike. Who else? There was Mike, Ty.
That group. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like, when did we ever have like all of them at something?
Never. Well, no. Yeah. Pre-Dave leaving era.
Yeah.
When Dave left, that's when we didn't. Yeah. That was a good time, because I can remember when I had my freak out that one time. Well, not even like a freak out, but the day that I yelled because I was so mad that I got like 0-2. It was when I lost to oh my god, I can't even remember his name. No, not Ty. No, I think I might have lost to Ty in winners, but it was who I lost to in losers that was just disgustingly bad.
I know who it is.
You can name drop him. It's okay. He's a nice dude, and like I apologized for him, I think, for it.
Mr. Mackey.
Mackey, yeah.
That was his tag. It was
Mackey. Yeah, he beat me. I think like I mean, it's going to be John's, but like I definitely SD'd like twice both games, and he was playing Sheik at that time, and he was practicing tech chasing, and I was getting so tilted that when I lost the last game, I know I yelled an F-bomb. I just like put my head down and I left. But I'm pretty sure like everyone was there that tournament. And then there was another tournament, like everyone was there. And I remember it because it was the day that I shield broke, still lost, but shield broke NQ and Shamir in Smash 4. Because at that time I was learning Samus. And I think early on, like pre-patches, unless you can still do this, I don't know. I feel like they probably patched it, but you could down B, like you could drop a bomb on a person's shield. It pops immediately. So you do another bomb on top of that. It damages the shield so much that if you have a charge shot, after you're out of the second bomb, when you land, you shoot the charge shot, their shield breaks. I landed that on NQ and on Shamir and still lost. Like I still lost both sets.
Both sets. They're both good
but
players.
I did it and I was hyped because like everyone was there too and it was like a hype moment. And then it was just like, oh, you're still not very good at that one. So I can definitely remember those moments, but definitely having everyone there was a good time. But as the years dwindled on, we definitely started losing people. And not to be like that guy, but some of the people that we held on to weren't really that good anyway. Like it was really me, Chris, and Bub, I think, as like the three at the end every weekly. And I think I only got Chris's number like twice, and every other week I couldn't do it. And I remember even messaging you so much. I'm like, can you practice? I need the peach. Like,
I like playing Chris.
Mm-hmm. He was a good homie. Radical Fox.
Radical Fox.
What a pal.
So we ventured. I don't think I know you did it on your own thing, and people may know you. You still want to give a little bit of like a who you are.
I can try. I mean, I don't know how in depth I've ever gone on mine because I've told like stories just about like my own personal stuff, and like I don't know. I guess personal story wise, or to try and give anecdotes into like who I am YungD0nut. I prefer Dan and Daniel if you know me on a personal level. If you don't, you can call me Donut. I would prefer my tag be Donut, but the owners of all those tags want thousands of dollars for it, so we take the young.
Wow. If you're a fan of Irish folk tunes, you can call Mo Danny Boy.
Ooh, sometimes.
I did think I
actually don't know that. I'm gonna need to spend some time like actually listening to
You'll recognize it when you hear it. I'm just
I
making
hope so.
Stupid nerdy music jokes. I'll do this a lot.
Into it. I'm all for it. Make the comedic entrance that we're gonna need here when I get sad. But so talking about me, my name is Daniel YungD0nut. I was originally from Albany, New York, went to college in Western New York where Drew and I have met. We'll get into that story probably in a little bit and whatnot, but I went out there for communications, wanted to do stuff within audio, radio, possibly TV production, and now I don't work anywhere in those fields and continue to do a form of customer service that makes me want to pull my hair out. But otherwise, very previously active in the Smash community, commentary, player, just I guess community member.
Content too.
Content creator to an extent. Definitely tried to put a lot of effort into that originally with the bakery with YungD0nut. I tried to do like a mini documentary for a Long Island tournament to try and kind of hype that through. I've done highlight and combo videos and whatnot. Shout out to DrewNG for his. I think your combo video is still one of my favorite videos I've ever made.
That's the sickest. That's the sickest name for a combo video I will ever have. Improvisando. It's an Italian term just meaning improvisation, but like
it's
the
so
music
fitting.
That's like how I play Melee. It's like my next combo video I called ad libidum, which is like another very sort of similar Italian music term for that kind of thing. But improvisando, I just like want to take that off and use it for like every single thing I like.
You could just do improvisando too. You could just do electric boogaloo.
Should have.
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, shit. I agree with you though. I think that is a sick name. I think you made a great call on that. But that was definitely one of my favorite things. I've done like audio production as well. I used to be like an electronic music artist for like 10 years, something like that. Again, never took everything that I've put work into. You're going to notice I'm low-key always depressed because everything I've put so much work into never popped off the way I wanted it to. It had moments. It had moments of fun, and that was always good. But to make them my lifelong dream and stuff was something we worked towards. And so now it's just finding the time for hobbies and whatnot. This is something that I'm really excited to get into. Gaming wise and whatnot, though, I definitely picked up Smash roughly 5 or 6 years ago now, I guess, because it would have been sophomore year of college, and we're in 2021. Sophomore year was maybe 2016. So yeah, I think that would be about 5 years or now. On off competitive, did a lot of commentary because I found a lot of fun with that. Eventually the podcast came from that, kind of went to a bunch of different tournaments doing commentary here and there. And then speed running, I know that's another fun one. Did Undertale speed running for a long time, was a world record holder for a meme category. Let's go, hard mode Japan version world record holder. For like maybe a couple months. I don't remember. But Undertale speedrun. I did get the sub 1 hour run, so I am officially Elmer's Glue. That. Were you there for that run?
I was there for that run.
Did I cry? I don't remember.
You might have. I forget.
I
was there for that. I actually still have never finished. Or I've not finished Undertale.
Really?
Like I played it. I had never played it. It's such a good game.
It's beautiful.
I'm sure I'll get into. I have a whole Steam library of really good games I haven't played.
Yep.
But I was like, I want Dan to watch me play it
because
I've seen him. So I streamed like 4 hours once.
You did.
I streamed. I basically got to the part where you get Sans the trombone. And then I was like, that's a good spot to end. I'm going to turn off the stream.
I haven't played
it since. And that was probably like 2 years ago or something.
I feel appreciated knowing that you would wait for me. So I do love that. I do remember those too, because you were there for that. I don't think I cried at that one. I definitely cried during one of my PBs because I think like something family-wise was happening. And the minute I got the PB, I was like, oh my God. So Undertale speedrunner. God, did I ever? I mean, this is probably one of the most depressing ones. Fortnite Death Run speedrunner and Super Mario 64.
Did you do those?
I did.
I
did a couple of those.
Death runs?
I did.
That's sick.
I did speedrun some.
When those came out, I loved that content. I was like, I wasn't a huge like Fortnite connoisseur, like in the peak.
Yeah.
Like when Ninja was pulling in like 100K, but like right after that.
Yeah. No, I mean, Death Runs are kind of fun. Like, it's not even the game anymore. It's a different, like, thing in itself. It's just kind of fun. Because Fortnite for the movement is actually, like, kind of fun. Like, knowing your jump speeds and, like, actually angling certain things. It has some cool to it, but it is a sad one. And then now, most recently, I'd say Super Mario 64. That's my current speedrun game. World record at 22 right now. Your boy's got a lucky number. And so, I'd say other than that, like maybe FPS games here and there, kind of just, I like to dabble around with a lot of different games. And that's another part of what we hope to accomplish from this podcast is not overly focusing on like one type of game or one specific
game. Trust me, you'll get my silver experience in Valorant at some point.
Dude,
it's not going to be that helpful, but you're going to get, I played my first two competitive games the other day with my buddy Tim.
Right.
I got 30 kills in one of them, and we carried my team. Then the other game got wiped. But I haven't been ranked. We're in like I think episode 3, act 3.
Oh God.
I haven't been ranked since episode 2, act 3. So that's like,
it's been a minute.
8 months. Like 8 months.
That's 8 months in that game?
But, or something. I don't even think I'm going to finish these placements, I'll be honest.
I haven't been ranked since probably episode 1, scene 1, take 1.
I didn't play that. I got the beta key.
Yep.
I got the Valorant
2
beta key.
Yeah. No, I got 2 of them. I have 2 accounts with beta access.
Yeah. I played the beta. The game came out. I finally had a computer that could run the game, and I didn't play it for the first season. I didn't even download it.
And
then it took me like a couple months, and then I finally started playing it. And I loved it for like a couple months.
I remember when the beta keys were first coming out, and I actually ballsy enough tweeted saying, if I get a beta key, I'm becoming one of the best players in the world at this game. So you see where I am now.
You're not at the last chance qualifiers.
I am not currently playing online at a LAN. I am not, but
online. You're playing at a LAN, but online servers. I don't know the production time for these things, but right now the Valorant Last Chance qualifiers are going on for NA, and they're playing a LAN on online NorCal servers, which is not what's supposed.
I'm gonna try and edit this through as quick as possible, but
that's like it's like now going to like a Melee tournament, but like you're on like separate computers playing.
You want to play on Slippy? Yeah. No, seriously, it's oh my god, that makes me so upset. Like if I were one of the players in that, I'd be furious. Yeah. But that's enough about me. I think that covers just a good enough scheme. I acted as if like there's this hyped up story about like, Drew, how did you and I meet? It's really not all that special if I remember right. We met at a party,
a
tournament. Yeah, and you were just like constantly one of the nicest dudes, but also one of the dudes beating everyone's ass. So
that'd be nice, you know. Big fan of that.
Big fan of being nice. It's a good time. So I know we definitely met at tournaments, and just I think after a while of also just meeting up at God, what are they called? Fests. God, it's been a while. Man, the concept of fests, ain't that some shit? But yeah, I think after we started like hanging out more at like fests, probably just like
want to know where it was that we started to get close?
If you say it's when I came, if you're saying it's when I came over and you beat me with your Bowser, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, Calio's money matches. That was an era. I got like 3 of them. I won you weren't the only one that lost to that. But
are you serious?
You're not no. Ty and Josh.
Oh, okay.
Did that. We would do money matches. There was a place, it was like make your own calzone, like any flavors.
Yeah.
So I would be like, yo, play against my Bowser. We would order calzones. We'd just be hanging out and order food, and the loser has to buy it. It's like a Calio money match, as we called it.
And I think they were only like $6 or $7,
it was like
right?
$5 or $6. It was like a regular money match.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I was 3-0 in Calio's money matches versus with my Bowser.
I couldn't.
But it wasn't that. It was the one real out of region tournament that I went to out there.
Tournament. This was not Rumble in the Tundra, was it?
No, that's too close. I'd call that out of region. We went across state lines.
I didn't.
Fight Pit.
Fight Pit's the one that we became close at?
That's the one where I got to know you more.
Oh yeah, because we spent time with TGB. We were at TGB's house, so we had a lot more time to just kind of We
were just hanging.
I do recall. I
thought for a second you were going to be like, I wasn't there. And I was like, no.
No, I was at that. I thought you were talking about the tournament you went to with Wild that was out of state that you both had to end up. Or was it out of state?
No, that was a Rumble in the Tundra. We had to go back for day 2 for him to lose 1 set. And then I lost the second set. Nice. We also had to wait 45 minutes because 2 redacted players had top player privilege.
You love to see it, and that's why we're now talking about Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawls, dude. All right. For the seamless transition there, you tell me, what are your thoughts on the game as a whole? Because personally, I think the game is sick. I think it's sick.
Yeah. Have you played it?
Absolutely not. Like, barely.
Okay.
I've played so minimally.
I've played a little bit.
You play a little.
It's very fun. I really like it. I can absolutely see myself playing it. I will never enter a tournament unless it's a casual one.
Why?
Because I consider myself retired from competing. I'll enter like a net play tournament thing here and there, but if I were to go to a tournament now, it wouldn't be because I've been training and trying to like get better and like prove myself. It'd be to see all my friends that I haven't seen.
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay, I guess when you say enter a tournament casually, that's what you mean though, is like entering just for the hell of it. You're not going to really like give everything up.
But like I didn't really watch all the pros when it like came out.
Yep.
And I mean, like I can everyone has all these super, super, super sweaty, like, combos and things, and the way that they, like, aerial and then wave dash down or wave land down into it, and the aerials that just chain forever is, like...
Wait, is that
like,
what they're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And then they wave... Yeah, that's what they do. And
I thought they're just fast falling.
No, they, like, wave land down.
Like with
the
old
moves,
Lucy?
the moves come out. Yeah, the moves come out so quickly that they hit and then instant waveland down. But waveland goes down so ridiculously fast that they can just waveland like down to anywhere and then continue going. Yeah, it's it's like 75 million inputs, and it's like I was like, I'm just playing to have fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try to combo. Yeah, I'm gonna try to incorporate some of like the air dashing a little bit because it's like sick movement. But I'm just like in a Discord call, like trying to like hype up my cat dog. And all of a sudden this like random SpongeBob dude like 0 to deaths me with some random thing. And I'm like, I know that you're like a semi-pro rivals player or like a melee player who's tired of getting gimped by Marths.
Yeah.
And just put your energy into this. And I was like, I'm not going to do this.
It's actually unbelievable, some of the movement I see. So that helps me better understand something. Because like I said, I mean, I've played it. I have played it a little bit, but I had no idea how they're moving that quickly.
Yeah, but the dashes and movement are like actually insane in the game. It's such a fast game.
Right.
Which is nice. And like, especially to play even casually, it's like, oh my goodness, things happen so fast. I was playing a friend Ben, and we were just going back and forth, just switching around different characters, and it's like, oh my goodness, this game can be so fast, even though we have no idea what we're doing. I think neither of us had more than 2 hours of game time, and we're just sending it in at each other.
I watched fucking Void. I watched him do a Iron Man online and win. Like every single one. He didn't drop a game.
Some of the characters look very bad. I haven't played, like I said, I don't know enough about the game to really, like, I'm not going to put out a tier list and be like, oh, I know that this person goes here because I don't know enough.
So without you putting out a tier list on 3, who do you think is the worst character in the game? 3, 2, 1.
Wait. I guess Patrick, sorry.
I was gonna say Patrick. Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't do it because I knew we were gonna have the delay that we found out about exists in this.
No, that would have
call.
been fine.
Yeah, Patrick is looking like
it's
the
just
worst.
It's just a game that like being so fast is so important,
and he is not.
When you're not, that's hard. And like Reptar is not, but he's also got some other things that like
he's got power.
He's pretty decent.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of power. He's got a down B that does like 30%.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I mean, to be fair, Patrick has a thing that just throws him and you off the map.
That's so like good old like Smash 4 Bowser down B.
Exactly.
Or side B or whatever.
Except now it's just the Patrick Powell driver up in this bitch. Like he just takes you and just says, "We going to fucking rock bottom."
Are there like there's got to be like actual move names for all the moves?
I think because when they put out when they
gotta have it.
Yeah, when they put out the like move sets and things like that,
they gotta have them there.
I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter somewhere, and I'm sure I can find it. But like when they did all of this, like when they put everything out, God, I can't spell Nickelodeon.
No, I see like I'm looking and it says like horizontal punch up kick. It doesn't have.
That's all they named it is a horizontal punch up kick.
They need like because there's like I mean I don't know as many, but like there's some like classic ones for like melee moves that like no one really cares about until you're like trying to like find niche things to like talk about and like.
Well, like Danny Phantom even has like Ice Beam, Air Slash, Fenton Thermos.
That's hype.
Frost Slash.
I want to get good with Danny Phantom because I like him as a character.
This is valid.
This is gonna come with my brother's gonna watch this and his blood is boiling right now because I'm talking about Danny Phantom. Because when we were kids, I was that jerk older brother. We would play Nicktoons Unite, which is like a multiplayer Nick game.
Okay.
And I was the really jerk older brother that I wanted to play Danny Phantom. And if he wanted to play Danny Phantom and I didn't, I decided I didn't want to play anymore.
You're a jerk.
I was a jerk. I'll admit it. And he'll be so happy listening to this knowing that I'm like outright saying this. Because we've talked about it and he's like, I mean that's what happened. I'm not going to say that was nicest
fair.
thing to do in the world. But
Yeah.
I love Danny Phantom. He probably doesn't have the same love for Danny Phantom because he didn't get to play him. Get wrecked, Nick. But but I love to like get better with him just because of that, and even the story that goes with Danny Phantom.
That's amazing. Oh my god, we love you, Nick. All the love in the world, but definitely get wrecked. Also, I found the move. It's called Hug Driver. It's called Hug Driver, and his down air is called Cone Crash.
That's from the That's from the ice cream episode.
It sure do
be.
His forward smash is the no, it's Patrick. He slams a phone on the ground.
Okay, so they like actually have like names with thought.
They have legitimate names. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'll have to find some of my favorite ones and just be ready to reference them at any time.
So at this point, then, I mean, so we can both agree that Patrick is probably one of the worst. So who do you think is like the best right now, if you were to take a guess? Because everyone right now that I've seen posting about it, because of how good Void did, everyone's on their high horse saying Aang. I don't think it can be Aang. I think it's got to be that like Olga looking thing. Oblina, yeah. I think it's got to be Oblina. I watch Armada
I've seen him play Oblina.
Anyone and anything. Granted, I don't know if he has to have played Void by now, but if not,
they all like played each other.
It's just wild watching him go with that fucking character. The recovery looks insane. The combo game looks so easily able to continue, but at the same time, Aang looks like he does almost the same thing, but he's taller. So if you're taller, that means you have more hitbox. If you're smaller, GG easy, no Riri. Like, that's it. That's it. And she's got a projectile.
Yeah. Like I said, my very limited time with this game, you want to be fast. Mm-hmm. You want to have a nair that combos a lot. Mm-hmm. And then you have to find ways to kill. And from what I've been told, Aang has like the best nair.
Yeah.
Which means that like the most ways you're gonna combo and convert with that nair. So like those are the two that I was thinking of as like best characters.
Yeah.
But it's those things in string together. Like I was playing Helga.
Yeah.
When I was like starting, and she was fast, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then the nair hits really far out, and I'm like, I don't even think I want to play the character because I'm not gonna string anything with nair.
Right.
Whereas like my SpongeBob, I'll get like four in a row and then get a strong up air, and then we're in the money. I also like want to like before I want to mention this, and I'm sure everyone's had this thought. Can't believe I'm living in a world where I like tune into like Twitch.tv and I see like the biggest Smash players in the world like debating the validity of Cat Dog and his moveset in the competitive scene.
That's actually a very valid point. We never expected to get here, but who expected to be in junior year of COVID at this point? You know, we're really just like it's all just kind of tackling.
Like,
on.
Are you kidding me? Like I don't even want to look at Leffen's tweets to begin with, and I have to look at him talking about getting spobbled. Like, come on.
I forgot about that. Everyone was talking about spobbling as if like that's really gonna be something that's tied to just SpongeBob. Like, look at because that was another thing I did want to talk about is the concept of like updates within this game. To me, the concept of patching a game is actually like very valid. If you notice something is a bit more overpowered and broken, you know, finding ways to work within it. As long as you're not like overly breaking the game and the character in the process, that's fine. Mm-hmm. So to me, when I know there was like a recent tournament that was going on, and in the middle of it,
they patched it mid-tourney. I heard about that.
They patched the game mid-tournament because I guess Sandy had like an infinite, like literally a wobble, like a literal knockdown wobble. So if she got you in it, you're dead. Like it's done.
This is the stock.
So that's one of those things that's like in tournament setting, I'm almost like, yes, thank you for doing it at all. And if any game, I guess that's where as a TO, you have to then come up with, if this happened prior to the update, rematch, reset, or continue anyway. I think the tournament
just keeps going.
You think it just keeps going?
I mean, I don't know how many were in that event. Are you just going to go, hey, we're about to be in top 8 and they patch it off. Let's just call everyone back and restart the tourney?
People that lost to a Sandy are probably going to want that. But at the same time,
there's not that much stake in this. They don't.
I agree with you.
If we're in like losers qualifiers of like Genesis 10,
yeah.
and then like all of a sudden we're like turning into the next day for top 8, and then things change, and now SpongeBob is inviolable, then maybe we'll have a conversation. Like, I can't believe I'm even saying this.
Well, no, you do. But see, that's the whole point. You do have to say this because you got to think in advance. These type of things are important. You look at a lot of popular games that have these online presence and possibility of patching. League of Legends, Dota, Counter-Strike.
I guess for some of those big things, the real like competitive scene is like aware of that, and like you play on previous patches.
They're not always though. Look at like a lot of different Fortnite events have happened. A lot of different Fortnite.
Oh, you're right. Some of the Fortnite. Yeah.
You want to talk about the shing? That is.
Oh my god!
I
remember
my favorite clips of
I watched those. Those like Fortnite events and like the leading up events to the World Cup. I was watching those like.
Yeah,
religiously. Like I was watching the dude drop like 30 kills with the sword.
Yeah, because it was ridiculous. Psalm, I think it was his.
I loved watching those.
I thought it was hysterical. I think what needs to happen is if Nickelodeon, because correct me if I'm wrong on this. Maybe you know this more than I would here, and if
they just
neither of us do, whatever.
They just dropped 10K on a tournament. You see that?
Okay, that is what I was going to mention. Is they look like they're going to. Yeah, they look like they're going to support it. They're going to put money down. They're going to actually support the scene, right? That's what it's looking like?
Yeah, at least for now.
Okay, so if they're going to do that, any tournament that they put money into and that they sponsor, you cannot update the game until the tournament is over. If you put the money in, you cannot. If they have if Random Randy in the corner hosts a weekly tomorrow and the game updates in the middle of the tournament, no one cares.
I think if Nickelodeon is like technically sponsoring an event, I think that's on them to go, hey, we should put this patch out Monday.
Right, and that's what I agree. I think they need to make sure that they're being on top of it with scheduling, because this is lack of research on my part right now, because truthfully, I don't really care that much for it right now, but if they didn't even tweet, if they didn't even like notify the community, like, hey, there's this big tournament going on, like, hey, we're going to update, like, that's a really shit way to start your entrance into competitive gaming. You need to be transparent. And that's something that so many other esports esports in general suck at.
Look at Ultimate. Look how long it took them to get patch notes out. People were going crazy. Crazy.
No, Fortnite, same thing. Yeah. I know League of Legends, I think, has been one of the most up to date with like everything they do.
Valorant's really good about it.
Valorant too. Valorant.
I mean, that's all Riot, right?
Yep, Riot. Yeah, that's all the same company. Well, didn't Valorant originally? They weren't doing great with it originally, or were they out the gate? Because I feel like I can remember times that they were a pain in the ass, but
they might have been. Like maybe. I said, I might not have even been playing that early in.
And that's fair. I think they definitely at least have the best handle on patch notes, maybe next to like Counter-Strike. So with both those in mind, I want to hope, because here's the next best part. I want to say this was probably IBDW's channel. I was in his channel and someone literally just like posted for the hell of it, this game's got maybe 30 days in it max. And this was like maybe a week ago or something like that. And I read that and I was just like, man, that would suck. That would really, really suck for people that are going to put in all this work now. They're going to probably mess the hell out of their hands. I agree with, I think it was Leffen's take or Armada's. Someone made the take where they're like, use Frame One, use Box, use a keyboard, use anything but a controller because of the APM for this game.
Well, because they want you, it's also like optimal to use like the strafe button all the time. I've never touched that button once since I've played.
Oh no, I had no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
It's like, that's like, because that's one of the things they're like, you're supposed to it's L. You're supposed to hold that down all the time because you like, so what you do, strafe means you don't keep turning around. Mm-hmm. So you just turn backwards and then hold strafe, and you're always like ready to like bear or whatever, because like
I'm gonna just take a trigger out of my controller and just hold down then,
or like keep it down.
Easy.
But that's what they're saying. It's like not as good for your hands because you should be doing that all the time. And again, this goes back to the super super sweaty level of like tippy top game,
right?
Where I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna vibe out and see if I can like balk at you like I'm SpongeBob, you know?
Do you think, I don't know if you've looked into this at all, but like as far as tournaments go with like the actual maps, because I know when I've played the game, like there's like 2 maps that I feel like should be legal.
There's FD, there's Battlefield, and there's Smashville.
There is an FD? Which one is
there's
FD?
There's an FD. I forget what it's called. There's an FD.
All right, fair enough. I haven't found the FD, but yeah, Smashville and Battlefield are like the 2 also, that I've seen.
This is something that I was thinking about. I was thinking about the competitive scene for this.
Mm-hmm.
I think how it gets scheduled has a very big portion of how the game's longevity goes.
In corresponding to like rivals like tournaments, Smash tournaments. Yeah, absolutely.
I think this, I don't even know where. Because I'm thinking, like, where you put this, say you're at a major. I say you can't put this on Sunday top 8.
You put this on main stage last day?
No, but I'm saying, like Mango's not going to enter if there's a chance that he's going to have to take away from his Melee top 8 prep to play this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
he's not going to do it. It's not worth it. Yeah. But like, I mean, are you gonna run through the whole day of Saturday doing a whole tournament and trying to get into top 8 of?
That's where Melee? It does depend, though. You say it's not going to be worth it. You say it's not going to be worth it. I say it will. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. This could potentially kill Melee. It's not going to kill Melee, but like this could potentially bring way more people into a community to play NASB over other games if Nintendo uses their money, or not Nintendo, if Nickelodeon uses their money on it. Because who the hell is going to enter an $80 weekly when Nintendo's hosting a $2,000 regional down the street? You know, when companies throw the money out, more people are going to enter those. So this could be a Sunday.
But you already know, if you're not someone that's like you know the people that are already gonna like snipe and be taking those tournaments. Like,
so do you for Melee. You look at so many of the top players out there. You know, the same thing can apply. I agree. I think I definitely exaggerated. I don't think it's gonna kill Melee.
Yeah, I know.
But it is heavily gonna be a part where, depending on finance, it's just the way of it. It's fucking capitalism, first of all, but second of all, we're not going to go down that road.
Down with capitalism and the baker's dozen.
First episode, fucking destroy the hierarchy. No, but like in terms of how things would work with this, since Nickelodeon, if they are going to throw out money for these types of tournaments, that will heavily skew entry. It will. And more people would definitely dedicate. If you are going to win more money by playing this game, I'm going to play that game.
You know what it's going to hurt? And this hurts me. You know what it's going to hurt? Melee doubles.
Ooh.
It's going to hurt Melee doubles because they're not going to enter Melee doubles because they're just going to do bracket for this. That hurts. It's gonna. Yeah. That's what it's gonna do. Like, say this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like Friday into like top 64 of Nick All Stars Bar on Saturday, and then into play it out later in the night or whatever. And then Friday is gonna be like pools of it or whatever. If you get that many people, and then you're just not gonna enter doubles because you're gonna do this.
I think
it's gonna be doubles, and it stinks because I like doubles more than I like singles.
I think it might come down a bit more, though, now that I'm thinking about it. It may just come down to what games does the tournament want to host. Look at EVO. Look at EVO. They just pick random shit.
Also, you keep going. I just thought of something with this. Keep going.
I mean, essentially, it's just they pick games almost, it seems like randomly, but I mean, granted, no one really supports EVO anymore now with Mr. Wizard or whatever. I don't know if he's a part. I don't care. But like, in these cases, if let's say you look at the big house is going to have Smash. That is literally their thing. They will have Smash singles, Smash doubles, Ultimate singles, Ultimate doubles. This game is probably going to find its way in there. And
it's going to be
one
there.
More.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. Saying like Rivals is there. I mean, usually like Shine Rivals is there. It's not that big of a thing.
And that's probably where it'll end up staying if Nintendo doesn't always throw money at it.
I mean, maybe that's part of the negotiations, right? Maybe it's hey, this is we'll throw in 10K, but it's gonna be there Sunday when you're getting 50K viewers. You know?
Yeah.
That could be part of it.
Finals
like, it might
day
not even
is on Sunday.
It might not even be the TOs. It might just be like the negotiations.
And I guess it's also just going to come down to how many enter anyway.
Yeah, and then it's just the choices. Like, does that mean I think IBDW is not going to enter Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl? Probably, if he knows he's going to top 8 and he's going to be focusing on this. Like, I don't see it. Like, but I mean, you get someone, let's say someone like Magi. I know Magi was doing really well in some of those tournaments. Like she might have a better shot at winning and placing super well in that than Melee. So she's not going to go, oh, this is going to mess me up if I make Melee top 8. That's not going to affect her. So the people that I think really actually wouldn't enter is going to be like
top level. Yeah.
Cody and Mango. Plup's gonna do it. Plup doesn't care. Plup will do it. But like
Armada would probably even enter NASB now. Maybe. I don't know if he's entering tournaments though. He seems very
I mean different. He might enter something like is in the content. I mean the content for it is good. Do
you think there's a best player in the world yet? Do you think Void takes that, or you're not?
I haven't really watched. I didn't watch any of that tournament, to be honest.
No, Thunder's Reign. That's another huge name.
Was he doing well?
Thunder's Reign got second.
Did Void win that one? Or
Void won? Yeah.
There was another tournament that I saw like a pro rivals player won. It was a different
Freeform, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think did Slime host that, or was Wave
Slime? It was Slime Walking, I think, is what the tournament was called.
Wave Slime or something.
Yeah. Let me see.
Was that different than the one that Void won?
Full Stream, that's his name. Full Stream won that one. Let me see here.
Shoutouts to Kakasol, who at Riptide like broke his shoulder or like dislocated his shoulder popping off for rivals. And then it made him. Did you hear about that?
No.
He popped off so hard he dislocated his shoulder. It was like, I mean, it was bad, but like it went all over. And shoutouts to Turn Down for Wall. He like had like a video of it and then didn't get credited all over and it became a thing. But like it was like almost trending.
Oh my god!
Because I mean, looking at it from like the outside people like shitting on gamers, it was like this gamer like pops off so much that he like dislocates his shoulder and falls to the ground.
I mean, shit, pop off, homie. Damn. Oh
Not that much though. Like pop off a little less.
Yeah, maybe.
I've played Kakasol in Melee. He's good. I've run into him in unranked. I think he's like PR in either Jersey or like South Jersey or something. He's good.
Right. Okay.
He played on Slippy. He's good.
It's probably pretty good, but like my guy, you don't got a hungry box your foot, my guy. Jeez.
This was worse. It was like his shoulder. He like went down.
I mean, he literally fractured his foot. But like, yeah, they all literally. You just gotta just. I can't talk. I get mad too, but I also pop off.
I pop off. I have a video. You see half of me popping off. I think you commentated. This was in Albany.
Was it?
This is when Pig and I teamed and we beat Two Saint and Hoss. Wasn't it? Yeah, you commentated that in doubles. We got we were in winners finals of that doubles regional. Yeah, that was.
Oh, at Small 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I found it. I found it. Okay. Dankness.
Yeah, I think you commentated that. I'm like,
I probably did. I will definitely be going back to watch that.
Watch that? Yeah.
I will definitely go back and watch that. But speaking of commentary and, how this whole podcast is not going to be Melee based, talking about online Melee, though, is something that is very prevalent right now. And again, it's not meant to be a Melee based show, but this is just.
I mean, we just spent 40 minutes talking about Nick All-Stars and SpongeBob validity. So
literally, if y'all don't like spobbling, just go play Melee instead and get wobbled. It's all the same shit. So for the online Melee era, because this is what we wanted to talk about, was starting with COVID-19. we are now approaching junior year, and with that,
by the way,
said,
you're the first person who have ever said refer to it as junior year.
I can't even take credit for that. Callie found it, told it to me. I cried laughing at that. I just can't. I don't
like it, but like.
No one loves being here, but we are all stuck in the same boat. But since we've gone this long into it, shout outs as always to Slippy Development and all that great stuff that's now come from it. Fizzy, the absolute legend.
That he plays Rocket League and used to speedrun Super Monkey Ball. I'm pretty sure.
I do know he used to be a speedrunner. Did not know he plays Rocket League.
Yeah, when I was playing a lot of Rocket League, he was also very similar around my skill level, like champ-ish level. Okay. And was playing and things.
Okay. Yeah. We like that. So as far as he goes, clearly developed one of the best programs for now, online Melee, to continue to have tournaments, continue to have a scene present for the Smash community. In your general feels, what has online Melee done for you, would you say, as a player, as a community member, someone that just has fun with the game?
So, a lot. I mean, I'm trying to think of the right words. There's a lot that we haven't been able to do over all of this COVID time. Mm-hmm. And one of the big, especially for me, when I was out in school, when I was out in Connecticut, I was in a whole new area. The only sort of escape I had from the intense conservatory-ish kind of competitive nature of music school was going to Smash tournaments. And I would go to Smash tournaments and I would hang out. I have some absolutely wonderful friends from Connecticut that I haven't seen since March 2019 or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's insane. So not being able to see them, but then I can hop on Discord and play with them, or get a ping at 12 at midnight and say, hey, we need a fourth for doubles, are you in? Mm-hmm. And hop in and play. So being able to play and play well, I mean, everyone knows the delay based netcode of Melee and that was like.
Not
but
easy.
Even no. So we have that sort of thing. There's that sort of being able to do that. It's good enough that there was at least some validity in competing. Mm-hmm. Obviously it's not all the same. It's not. I don't think that Dawson is truly someone that has bested Hungrybox because he beat him online, mm-hmm. or one of the other 15 people that have beaten Hungrybox online. Mm-hmm. I don't really count that in that way, but hey, there's things going on. It plays well enough that things are happening. Mm-hmm. Also, I know I did a lot commentary. I did some commentary. I was getting into commentary before COVID. I had done a few regionals out in Connecticut. I actually went to around almost Stamford by New York City for an East Coast Throwdown. Only tournament I've ever been to in my life that I didn't enter anything.
No, you just kind of went for the commentary?
I went solely to commentate. I didn't enter at all. It was wild.
It's a good feeling, right? It's a good feeling.
I have a board that my mom and I made of just a whole bunch of my different gaming things, and on there, mm-hmm. and it says I have a spectator badge.
Yep.
From that event, and I was like, I was like, oh my god, I didn't enter. I mean, I played a bunch and I played with the people there, but I didn't enter. I was like, oh my god, I guess I didn't. Mm-hmm. I did round 1 pools, round 2 pools, and top 8.
Yep.
I was doing a whole bunch of commentary, but commentary, I mean, Save as Untitled had a whole weekly series. East Coast Friday had series.
Yep.
Tournament series. I commentated in both of them. There was different net play charity events and different things that were going on. Ryobi has hosted at least as 1 or 2 of them. I commentated in one of them. There was another event I can't think of off the top of my head, but there was different ways that I normally couldn't have gotten involved, mm-hmm. that I was able to get involved through commentary, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is cool. This
Absolutely.
Is the way to get in. And even just the playing other people, I was one of those clip farmers. I'll be honest, I still am, and I'm just going for the craziest stuff. But I actually met in a whole different group of people. So there's this thing, it's the Creative Melee Discord.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of like combo nerds and like frame people that know all this stuff. And PGH Carroll tweeted out and was just like, hey, we have this Discord. He didn't say it like this, but he's like, if you want in, like, tell me like why you think you should be in it. Mm-hmm. And PGH Carroll, for those of you who don't know, is like,
he's a god.
He's like
he is so good.
I think it's okay to like call him the most creative Melee player ever.
Definitely one of the
most creative Melee players ever. He's got a combo video where he like has combos with every single character in the cast, and it's like it's like amazing, and like pushing the boundaries of things like that. And like for me, it's always like, can you show me a clip where I don't know what's gonna happen by the end? And then he's got like a combo and it's got like 7 turns in it before I like knew what happened, and then they're dead. Mm-hmm. But I had reached out and I was like, hey, and I was like super, like I was like nervous. I was like, oh my God, this guy's like, and I was like, hi, I'm Drew. I was like, I was PR'd in Connecticut. I was like, here's a couple clips of different things I had. And he was like, oh, you had the Samus clip the other day. Yeah, word, you're in. I'm like, I freaked out. But it was like, but I mean, there are people on there that I've gotten to meet. And like, that's a whole group of people that like I never knew, kind of thing. And like, I'm talking with people about random like things, but like just being able to reach those people and find new people through like the Slippy area. Like I've never been to a tournament and was like hanging out with PGH Carroll or like many people like outside of like Connecticut and like Western New York. But to have all these people that now either I'm like playing in Discord with them, like right before Logan, like I played doubles with Logan at some point, like before Summit and things, before they were at Summit. I think like Nico tweeted, he's like, hey, looking for people to play doubles. And I was like, yes, I want to play doubles, of course. And then Logan and I met and we played for like 2 hours at like 11 p.m. But like that doesn't happen. Like that doesn't happen.
It can't. You can't do that. Yeah. No, that's sick. I mean, definitely sounds like you've had a lot more of an experience with it than I have. I can't disagree though with like anything that you've said. I think tournament wise, I 100% agree that like certain wins, like I mean, you can hold it, right? Like you can still hold that you got the dub. I mean,
I'm 1-0 on Hungry Box right now. I'll just
exactly.
He might have played Fox. It's hard to the quality's fuzzy, but all I know is it says Hungry Box 1, DrewNG 2. It's there.
That is a W. You know? That is a W right there.
It's a W.
But so when it comes down to it, I do agree though that like yes, there's definitely going to always be that difference. I think you can have and still be proud of your wins, even if it is online. I think it comes down to it more when there is the toxicity behind it, which a lot of people do have just internalized, where they'll just like project that like I won this, this like as much as I know I'm not an HBox stan, I'm barely an HBox fan, but like the way people would like practically shit on him and say like, dude, you're like a nobody now, like you enter these tournaments, you're washed, you're losing to so and so and who knows what, Randy Jerry, like that shit was like, unnecessary. Everyone.
I mean, everyone's already like keyboard warriors, and now that
exactly
everyone like they haven't had to like actually have real people interactions in like years. It's like worse. I get that,
and everyone just turns into Twitch chat when they got a keyboard in front of them. So it's definitely frustrating and sad to see that aspect.
I turned off the quick chat features recently.
Smart. Yeah, I actually don't know how to do that, so I need to do that as well.
There's like a Slippy setting. What had actually happened is I had to fix my controller.
Yeah.
And for some reason, when I did it, I accidentally took out like my D-pad thing isn't totally on, so it's not reading it. And I was like, oh, I don't want people to like
So you
say
can't talk.
GGs and I can't talk. So I was like, I'll disable it. And then I was like, wait a minute. That dude plays really, really toxic. I'm really glad I didn't see what he had to say.
I'm really glad I don't have to care about their emotions. Yeah, no, forget them. I definitely love that that's a feature then within it.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, as far as like the game itself goes now that you can actually just play with friends and things like that again, I definitely think that's an amazing thing. Like that is actually groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Like
also,
from
there's
the
a lot
Melee
of
scene.
a lot of new people that were able to pick up Melee. I had a friend, I knew him, we actually did an area all-state and then all-county band things together.
Yeah.
I knew him from there. He actually went to school for a little bit in Albany.
Shout
for
out
something.
the hometown, the 518.
He played a lot of Smash 4.
Uh-huh.
Like, he was, like, pretty good at Smash 4. He wasn't, like, top 100 or anything, but, like,
Sure.
I think he was, like, pretty good in his region
Okay.
for where he was for things. And then all of a sudden, he was like, hey, I'm, like, playing Melee. And I was like, oh, sick. And we, like, played Melee, and I was like, you're, like, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I, like, ran into him, and he was, like, he was playing pretty well. And I was like, oh, my goodness, this guy who was, like, and you think of, like, a Smash 4 player transitioning to Melee, you're like, yeah, okay.
It's a different, it's a
you're
different
like,
scene.
but, like, he was, like, doing well. And there's, this dude, I don't know how much of Smash Twitter you follow. His name's Swar. Like, Swarthin. He's done stuff with, like, PG Stats. I know him a couple things. But he's he was a Ultimate player, and he did things with Ultimate and like a lot of Ultimate community stuff. And I remember a couple months ago, he was streaming Melee. He's like, I'm trying out Melee, and I knew there was a time that he was like playing with other people, and I ran into him on Slippy, and he knows me as DrewNG, but I was DrewNG, just like my name on there, and he like left like after a game. I was like, oh man, I just saw you on to play, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, let's play, and I was like you are not like. He's like, yeah, it'll be like 1 year of playing since I started in December. I was like, I was
sick.
Nowhere near that when I was like a year into playing. Like, he's, like, actually got defensive options. He, like, has an understanding of how to play. And I was like, this is, like, so many people are just rising up out of, like, never even playing to, like, being, like, more than competent. Like, good, starting to become good.
And this is something that I was even going to kind of bring up to you here, because I know you've definitely had your feet more in the Melee community than I have, at least recently. I mean, are there people that you would say or that you've noticed are considered more of like hidden bosses now rather than people that, you know, people wouldn't have heard of before now, but due to the online era, you find these people, you see or you hear these people a lot more? Because I know the biggest one that ever stood out to me, I think, was Slug. I think that was the big one that people talked about for a while. Even
when they did those Slippy qualifier things, he did like crazy well at those.
Yeah.
He's a big one. I wrote this down. I've been waiting for this.
Okay.
We finally reached a point. I've been saying this since probably 2017.
Okay.
We finally reached a point in Melee's history where J-Mook isn't considered a hidden boss anymore.
That's true. That is true. J-Mook is finally not a hidden boss, and he's got a bit more mainstream recognition, but he still doesn't stream, and he still... Does he enter as much anymore?
No, not barely anything, but like...
But he's known.
But it's not... J-Mook's not a hidden player. He went from like hidden boss, I talk about him because he's so good, to like, wait, he's probably like a top 30 player.
Oh, 100%. I was once again in Cody's chat today while I'm working. Yeah, I was in his chat today just like while I was working, watching him. I think he was actually playing Melee today. And while he was playing, I remembered seeing someone in the chat just say like, yo, I finally picked up Sheik. And someone responded to him being like, dope, now change your name to like J Sheik. And I was like, oh my God, we got J-Mook, J-Flex, who's next?
J-Flex, J-Salt. Do you know who J-Salt is?
Oh, J-Salt. I feel like I've heard that.
He's like a Florida. He was actually on my list of like hidden bosses. He's like, I think he's like North Carolina or something. I saw him play in some net play tournaments. He was good. Like he was like destroying Logan. Like,
can we talk about Gatsu though for a minute? that man's like, he wasn't a hidden boss by any means, right? Like people know Gatsu.
He jumped up though. He was always like a
so
30 to
good.
He was always like a 30 to 50 player, I feel.
Like he's got to be
like
breaking 20. He's got to be.
Yeah.
At least for online era, yeah. I mean, I would love to see him back on LAN. He kicks ass too in NASB. Like he's pretty
I
pretty
saw
fucking
that he
good
did
there.
well in that tournament. I think he was like top 8.
He's a Michelangelo or no
Leonardo's the one with the swords, right?
So yeah, Michelangelo is the one. He plays with the nunchucks. Yeah. I love that we know what this means. It could be a baton, it could be nunchucks. But yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like there's got to be more out there. I mean, Forrest, another one that was never really like a hidden boss at this point, but he's just been constantly putting out some pretty sick clips and highlights. I'm trying to think. Oh no, I know who. Squid the Cat. Tell me you've seen Squid the Cat.
He's in the Discord.
Insane.
Yeah, he's got some wild stuff.
Insane.
Him, GooseCon is another one who's got some wild stuff. There's some.
I haven't heard of him, but
there's
yeah,
some cracked out. There's some cracked out stuff that I see, and I'm like, I can't even. It's insane.
Absolute insanity.
Yeah. Also, save states clips are insane.
Are they? I haven't seen much save state.
His
in a while.
link stuff. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I remember seeing like him post things, but
you know how I mean, you know this from when you were doing like the Young Link like recovery wall jump things.
I do remember.
He's got a clip from the other day, and he basically like throws a bomb. He like hits himself with a bomb and like wall jump techs, and is essentially doing like Young Link quasi like trying to live. It's like because you were doing that for a while with like the how many jumps you could get.
Well, I wanted to try and be the top with that, like as many scar jumps off the what is it, the side of Yoshi's, with like a certain setup. Yeah. Axe beat it the same day. So
Did he?
It's just like that. Yeah. He just, because I went in and I like posted it. I was just like, "Yo, Axe, check out this new world record for something you don't have, lol," or something stupid like that. And he was like, "Oh, that was cool. Let me try
it."
less than like 4 or 5 attempts, and he's like, "Oh, there we go. I just did like 9," and I'm like, "What do you mean?"
He's kind of good at the game.
He's so damn good at the game, but. Otherwise, I think like the last thing that I was going to talk about here, if you had anything else we could cover, but the last thing I was really mentioning is like player growth or decrease in talent on certain things. Because I know we kind of talked about it where the concept of like HBox being on LAN now, not with LAN, being online now.
Yeah,
it can definitely lead to where like players are doing a little bit worse, or some players are doing a little bit better. I think we look at Cody as like someone that like he was rising as like a LAN player anyway, but like online, him and like Moki even. I don't know. Magi's she's been playing pretty great too.
Yeah.
Like Gatsu, as we just mentioned, like there are
all
these
people that are coming out of this like even better.
Exactly. I guess my question to you would be like, who are the people that you think when we get out of this into actual LAN gameplay again, who are the people we're really going to need to keep the eye on?
Aklo.
Ooh.
He just won the function.
He did just win the function. Over Rishi, right?
Rishi was there, I think.
Yeah.
Aklo. Seeing Aklo at a national.
Yeah.
I think, that's someone who comes. Decrease is hard because it's like, it's the rust. I mean, we talked about Hungry Box, and then he got like 3rd at that summit, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can have that, like, it's hard to say. Like, Plup did like almost nothing for like 95% of online era.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like...
Well, because he did that kind of scummy thing with Forrest, and I think, and a few others, where, like, they entered a tournament with Smurfs.
Yeah. I mean, that's not why I don't think he was ending. He just didn't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no real bans or anything that came out of it because top players did something wrong, and then it was a little slap. But that's it.
Knock it off.
But,
yeah.
But, like, he came... I don't think it was... I guess it was how many tournaments have we had? Maybe it was Summit. Maybe it
Could
was
not
Summit.
tell.
Yeah, it was Summit. And is that where he played absolutely insane? No,
Who,
it was
Plup or Aklo?
No, it was no. Oh, sorry, Plup. No, it was Riptide.
Oh.
Some of his
Yeah.
some of his stuff at Riptide, he was looking absolutely insane.
Right.
Cody just happened to be looking better.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
Plup is someone you would like. Oh, he's probably decreased in skill, and then I'm like, wait, no, he's not. And then even like his summit,
He holds the controller in the way that like you can't get bad if you hold the control stick like this because you're never gonna get the carpal tunnels.
There you
just
go.
can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've seen that, right? Him and Cody do that. They
What do
both
they do?
hold they hold the control stick with like their thumb and pointer.
Oh wait,
So they
Cody
hold
does
like
that
that.
too.
Cody definitely does
Hungry
that too.
Box
I'm
does
like
that.
almost positive.
Right? Hungry Box
Hungry
does
Box-
that, and it's like a little.
Hungry
like,
Box, I think
I like
does that, but
almost
he
sure he
also
does that.
wave dashes with the control stick too. So like,
Oh.
dude's a mess.
I sometimes
Yeah.
my like the way I play is weird.
I just
Like,
I just don't play anymore. But I guess if you were to say the top player that you think we got to watch for on an uprising scale, when lands start back up, who's the player that's going to be taken the most? You think it's still going to be a god, or
Oh, you're saying who's gonna win everything?
who do you think's got the best shot of winning things? Yeah.
I am really excited to see Zane back in LAN. He didn't go to Riptide. He was like, I'm not really comfortable going out to things right now, which is super, super valid. I
Yep.
would not probably go to a major right now
No,
if it were me.
no way.
But
Not until I get my booster.
but Zane was getting really, really good right before COVID.
Yep.
And he kind of showed like did he drop an event over online?
I
Like,
don't think so.
He might have dropped like I think he dropped like a summit qualifier when they had that weird like weekly bracket thing.
Oh, right.
I think he like dropped one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But like in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter.
Right.
Like he
right.
did like if you were to pull up, I don't even know if they'll have it for online events, but like his records for everything he entered online that he was actually going Marth and not like playing Murray or something.
His Fox or Puff.
Yeah. I like it's like all gotta be first. I think there's maybe like maybe an event that Mango won. But like so I want to see that on LAN. I want to see.
I feel like I'm with you.
I want to see like Cody Zane. I want to see Mango. Mango Zane is becoming like the classic. It used to be Mango Leffen.
The M2K Mango.
M2K Mango, the Mango Leffen, where it's like, oh my goodness, like
without bleeding the Mango sub dry. It's like, I think I am very excited for Zane as well. I'm very excited for Cody.
Oh.
I definitely think, though, I am still very diehard excited for Mango.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about what tournaments did Zane not win?
Yeah.
Summit.
We don't got to mention that. You don't got to put him on blast like that.
I mean, that was like Mango winning Summit. Like,
that was crazy.
When push comes to shove, I turn into a big Mango fan. Like, in the moment, like that was like, that tournament was unreal, but like, I'm not gonna geek out too much, but yeah,
exactly. Like everyone knows he's good. Everyone knows he's got like talent. He's gonna still have talent when lands start back up. But I want to see him. I want to see another Summit.
You see that Fox though? I want to see that Fox like every day.
No, I want to see the Falco. I love the bird.
Did you see it though? Did you like watch the sets? It's like 40 minutes of like maybe like 18 and up like action.
Hot melee singles in your area, bro.
Like it was like that good.
That was a really good set though. Anyone that hasn't watched that set and you're a melee fan, like that was definitely the top set of. Was that this year? Is that 2021?
Yeah,
it was.
It like happened, and I don't tweet much about like Melee and like watching things, but I was like, everyone was like, it's like this is like it was like in the running for like greatest set of all time. Like the moment ended. The moment it ended, like when was the last time that happened? That was Mango Zane Big House 9. That was the last time that I think there was an event that like everyone watched the set and was like, this is one for the history books.
Because a lot of the time when Mango's playing, like it really does get in that regard.
It does.
Like the man plays like a psychopath.
Like or like Mango left in a Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gets like that. But that was like such a thrilling. Oh my goodness! Like LAN is on its way. Like let's get the storylines going, kind of thing.
I'm excited. I am excited. As much as this isn't going to be a Melee podcast for the fourth time, I feel like that's just going to be the title of this episode.
I mean, it's our roots,
this
you know. Like this is like we're branching out, but like this is where he came from. This is how we like got into all this.
Exactly. Gotta pay homage to everything that we started from. I can't, as you could tell, like as the day goes on, I woke up at like 6 a.m. We're pushing later hours than I am used to. I apologize for the yawning and whatnot, but we are getting to that point. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up and talk about here tonight, or?
I don't think so. I mean, we got into things. We talked about Nick All-Stars. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, the Melee Online is just kind of where it's been at, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't, we're not going to be like reacting to like this event or this event kind of thing.
Exactly.
But it's like, hey, these are the things that have been happening. So when we reference talking about Melee or like, cause we have ideas for different ideas of things, and sometimes, especially ones that don't just hit Melee, but they cross into other esports and other things as well. This is the spot to sort of air some of this out instead of going into all of this and then going into what we talk about. So it's kind of like, hey, this is Melee. This is the foundation of what we kind of got.
Exactly. And I think we definitely covered a lot through on that.
Yeah.
I guess thank you guys, everyone, for whoever's tuned in, enjoying the first episode of the Baker's Dozen. We got about 12 more episodes to go for the season. We're going to definitely try and do a lot more with it. You know, we want to bring guests on, maybe do some interviews, just have some fun talking things out. Obviously, we'll cover way more topics, things like that. And, of course, keep you updated as we go. But for now, shoot us follows. You see the socials at the bottom there. Make sure all like that. Yeah, it's like
I'm doing
down
this.
there for me, over there
this.
for him.
Oh, my God.
You'll understand it eventually the more we go with it. Of course, always much love to my good pal Drew here. It's gonna be a fun time getting all this situated, and I guess thank you for watching the first episode. We will see you again soon. Have a great night.
All right, peace out, guys.